doesn't know how to use an iPhone. Yeah,
he just got it.
There. He's a little behind on the times.
It's funny you say that. I was actually thinking about that exact thing while I was driving over here, in that all of these years I've been, even though I've had a MacBook forever, I've just been an Android guy. And I've been thinking about how much smoother my entire life has been running on this platform. Since
you changed the phone?
Since I changed the phone.
And now you have it all like on the same Apple platform.
You know how you don't want to just follow along with what's popular? Okay, an example, Post Malone. Fuck that guy. He's a fucking retard.
I do like his country album, actually.
Fuck that guy. He's a fucking retard. It's
God.
overproduced.
He's got a bunch of big stars on it, though.
He does.
And how do you really feel, though?
I know, right? Don't
let's
sugarcoat
get deeper
it.
into this.
Don't sugarcoat that motherfucker.
Don't make me use the narrator voice to explain to you how much of a fucking retard he is. You're going to probably want to edit that out, because if retard shows up in the algorithm 6 times, it's just going to be retarded. So we're going to edit that out. Maybe not. I'm going to also slightly agree with you in that a couple of his songs are pretty catchy, but it's the part, it's the ones with, like Blake Shelton and, the people that don't suck. Anyway, I digress. Switching over to this and just being on one platform has been so much more efficient in so many ways, like meeting with clients and getting photos loaded up in here. And then, so before, my old process was I got to upload them off the phone and through email, download them to the computer, do all this. Now, of course, I take the pictures with the phone, and then when I log into the MLS to go upload them here, they're already in the photo library. Look at that.
I just bought an extra third step for mine because I have an Android phone. So I bought I forget what it's called on Amazon. It's like a hotspot, but instead you go in and you connect it to your computer and you connect it to your phone, and anything on your phone you can automatically transfer to your computer. Literally, it literally took me it took me about 5 minutes to download 20 gigs.
Congratulations, you just paid for 28-year-old kids to work for one more day.
That's how that works? The hotspot is like it's plugged into like Singaporean labor.
I just come to the conclusion that anything I buy on Amazon is absolutely funding 8-year-old employees. Somewhere, whether it's India, whether it's China, whether it's Vietnam, the Congo, somebody is being funded by my Amazon purchases because I can't buy any of that shit. That's like today. I was looking for a trash can. All right, we're gonna get started, but I was looking for a garbage can for the garage. Simple garbage can for the garage, like a 50-gallon or 40-gallon garbage can, right? And I'm looking at like $140, $150, and I'm like, if I can find one for under $100, I'll be happy. All of a sudden, I find like those big ones that you take out to your driveway, $39. Tell me how the fuck you make that for $39 and sell it on Amazon and get it shipped.
It's a picture of a trash can. It's like a poster. Yeah.
It's gonna get shipped to me overnight from a fucking warehouse. That thing definitely came from China. It's probably gonna smell like China when it gets here.
Yeah. Injection molded plastic.
Yeah.
And then
$39
rod on the bottom.
This is why everybody hates tariffs. They want to buy cheap shit on Amazon.
Right. Yeah.
Welcome to the night zone, hear the warriors speak. Life's the battlefield and we ain't feeling weak. From love to the game and the power we seek. Our voice is strong, breaking every peak. Talk of love and battle scars, everything that's real. From touchdown to sermon, you know the deal. Strength in every word we begin to reveal. Truth in every tale as our lives we unveil. Talk of love and battle scars, everything that's real. From touchdown to sermon, you know the deal. Strength in every word we begin to reveal. Truth in every tale as our lives we unveil. Protect and provide, we're knights in the fray. Nothing off limits, we got something to say. Life and love, fitness and fight all day. Guys Night Podcast, let's ride the wave. Politics and prayers, ain't no subject we shun. Keep it real, keep it raw till the battle's won. Fitness tips to faith, every topic under the sun. With honor and valor, every man's battle begun. Warriors with word swords through the air. Every point sharp and every talk fair.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the Guys Night podcast. Tonight, we were fortunate enough to have a fellow YouTuber and local resident, Dan from the Good Morning Mechanic. What's happening, brother?
Hey, nice to be here. Good to see you guys.
Absolutely. We're happy to have you. Can't wait to talk about the show and what you guys do over there. You guys are in Wadsworth, right?
So we film out of Wingman Garage in Wadsworth, like
Okay.
some of the footage, but we're in Medina, we're Millersburg, like we film all over the place.
Oh, so I'm gonna have to hear a little bit more about how that got started. And before we move into that, let's introduce to my left, David. How's it going, brother?
It's going great. Good to see everybody.
Absolutely. And to my right, as always, is Evan, who's once again has the laptop open, filled with just so very important questions tonight, right, Evan?
I have 0 questions.
Put the laptop away.
But he's got his little SD plugged in over there. Like what is that? 2 terabytes?
He's over there scrolling Instagram instead of
no,
actually doing
So you have 2
anything
terabytes
beneficial.
worth of data and a mouse. By the way, he brought his mouse too. Like he's a power user in this thing right here.
Oh my god! All right, Dan. So let's talk about the show, Good Morning Mechanic, or the YouTube channel. So I can't remember how I came across you. It might have been one from us reaching out and just looking for people to be guests on the show. But I've watched a couple of your today. I watched day 1 of the Sarge build. And then I watched another one where, was it the Rebel Ram, where you guys were doing coil pack and something else on it?
Craig's
So
truck. Yeah.
how did the idea of the YouTube channel start? And let's just walk into that process. And who's all involved with you? Because I know they couldn't all be here tonight.
Yeah. So we've been doing the channel for about 3 years. Seriously, for the last 2, it kind of just started. I was full time in the military and full time for the National Guard, and I hit a spot. I was driving 3 hours one way to go to work, and I was sleeping in my office, and I did that for 3 years, and it smoked me. Took a toll on my family, took a toll on my mental, physical, spiritual health.
Yeah,
I couldn't take it anymore, and honestly, I was looking for opportunities to get out of being full time because I was just.
So you're active reserve, active guard,
AGR. Yeah. So, and I'm still AGR.
Okay.
So it worked out great. So I do recommend it. I love what I do, and like I love my unit. But if you get an opportunity to go 3 hours away from your family just for a promotion, don't take it.
Yeah, right.
Don't do
Jesus.
it.
The extra bar is not the win. In
No,
that scenario.
no. I was like, man, it's gonna be a lot more money. Like this could be a lot better for my family, and it just wasn't. It was not worth it. And then if I would have waited, that opportunity was actually another opportunity came up closer to home. So if I would have just waited like 6 months, I would have still gotten promoted just closer to home.
So what is your MOS or what's your job in the military?
So I've had a couple. Right now I'm what's called a readiness NCO, but I'm a 91 Bravo, so a mechanic.
Okay.
I was a 92 Yankee. I was a supply sergeant. Yeah, I was a 68 Whiskey. So both my deployments were as a 68 Whiskey and combat medic.
Mm-hmm.
So did that. Been in for 18 years.
Congratulations.
So,
Two more to go.
Right, yeah.
I mean, at this
Almost there.
point, hey,
Yeah,
full-time
so-
benefits and everything coming your way.
Yeah, it's getting close. So I can taste it. And through the tears and the pain.
So are those the new issue BCGs that you're sporting right now?
No, so the glasses are always a talking point, right? So I shoot, I ride motorcycle, I work on cars, I do metal work, I do all sorts of stuff where I need safety glasses.
Yeah.
But my vision sucks so bad.
Right there with you, brother.
Evan,
And
BCGs are any guesses?
I'm guessing they're.
No clue.
No
clue.
clue.
No clue.
Birth control goggles.
Oh, yeah,
That's
okay,
what we refer to
okay,
classes
yeah,
like
okay.
that and this.
Yeah.
And
We had that in woodworking class, and when I was in college too.
Well, when you're in the army, everybody that got glasses, they were BCGs because they were fucking idiots. But those are actually dope looking. I mean, those look a lot like my
they
safety
wrap
glasses.
around.
Yeah.
That's what they are. They're just safety goggles, like safety glasses.
Yeah.
I just got tired of like switching them back and forth. I'm like, screw it. I'm just going to look like an idiot all the time. And turns out, not that bad.
No. Yeah, no, not that bad at all.
I'm super safe constantly.
Yeah, well, it's funny because I wear glasses when I work. I'm in front of a computer for what I do, and I have to wear glasses even when I'm watching TV or doing something like that, just because anytime I look at a screen for a long period of time, I get blurry vision. So I didn't realize it, but like I would go to the range and I would get blurry vision because anytime that I would focus my eyesight on any given point for too long of a time, like my vision would go blurry. So I was like, why don't you wear glasses? Like, I'm not wearing fucking glasses to the range. But last year when I went to my eye doctor appointment, I was like, you know what? I'm not getting new glasses because I actually kept mine for the last 2 years. As I've got enough of those, I need something that I could wear to the range, and I got something similar to that. They're clear all the way through and all the way around, but I love them. They're fucking, they're comfortable. They fit like really well against my head. I was like, but now I can see it's a staple. It's like who you are on the show.
It's like it's part of me. Yeah. So I can't tell you how many times I accidentally have gotten saved by just wearing safety glasses. Just it's
shard
it's
of metal
crazy.
here,
right? Yeah, just walking through the garage, something just tings off my glasses. Like, just man, if I wasn't wearing these, that'd be a close one. Yeah.
All right, so we'll get back to let's get back on topic. So the garage, the show, you're getting out of the military, 18 years.
Yep.
And you took the promotion. Are you working closer to home now?
Oh yeah, way closer. Yeah. So I'm definitely gonna do that for the rest until I retire.
Sure.
For sure. Yeah. And then I like my unit, so that helps.
Definitely.
When you like, because I've been in a lot of units.
Where were you? You're a guard, right?
Yeah.
All right. I was gonna say my sister was a Yankee out of Canton, Akron, but I think that's just she was just Army Reserves, not guard, so probably different bases. But so what? I mean, you're about to get out. You take this job. You're ready to get out. Is that what started the spew of the channel? Like you're like, let's do something that maybe we can one day.
Yeah. So I'm a mechanic, right? So I went through the Army mechanic school. Became.
Did you go through three separate like ATSs or whatever you want to call them in order to change your profession?
No. So they don't have that in the Guard.
Gotcha.
So basically, if there's a job opportunity that presents itself, you apply for it. If they select you and it's a different MOS, then you go to school for that MOS.
Gotcha. Okay.
So way easier.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was looking for kind of an alternative path. I'll call it that. Right. So, and then being a mechanic, I'm like, you know what? I follow a lot of mechanic YouTubers, and I think I can do this. Like, I work on all my own stuff. So I started a mobile mechanic service, actually here in Medina.
Okay.
I was a mobile mechanic. And then I started recording my repairs because I wanted to kind of prove to people like, hey, this is what I worked on. This is what I messed up. This is what I didn't mess up. Like, and just kind of document what I'm doing. And then I had them on my own personal YouTube account. And one of my buddies needed to do a brake job, and he didn't know how to do it. So he asked me to help. I couldn't help him. So I'm like, hey, man, let me send you this link. I just recorded a whole brake job that I did. And he was like, dude, you really need to start a YouTube channel. Like, because it was, I don't know, it wasn't good.
Yeah.
It was just a cell phone camera,
Yeah, but it was educational.
But it was educational. And so he's like, yeah, you know what you're talking about a little bit. And I'm not the greatest mechanic in the world, but it's I do everything that I know. I like to teach people. And I feel like if more people did that, especially in the maintenance world, because some of the older guys, they're not as patient.
Sure. So
they don't, they're not as easy to teach people what they know. So there's like this knowledge gap that's growing, and especially with the newer cars.
It's funny that I was going to say that tees up on a lot in that profession, right? One, you're paid flat rate in most case scenarios when you're a veteran mechanic, so you can't afford to waste any time. Like
right.
Every hour you spend teaching somebody something, you could have just lost 4 clocked hours, right, on a job. And then on the other aspect of it is it's like cars are just so much different to work on than they were 20 years ago. So not only is there a gap between that really, like if you look at a shop right now, I would say that probably 70% of mechanics inside a shop are 50 or older. And the rest are like 25 and younger. Like there's so few
there's
of those
a big gap.
like 30 to 40 mechanics that have got 10, 12 years experience. good luck finding one who's been at the same shop for 10 years. And it makes that a lot harder for people to do that. And then obviously now you have things like YouTube, which why am I going to spend $130 an hour at the shop to get my brakes done when there's 2,500 videos on how to do it on YouTube?
There's a lot. Yeah. And then, so that kind of goes into like, hey, you know, I got one person that wants to see this stuff. Maybe I'll start posting, you know, some other videos. And then I posted for about a year before I was like, man, we're kind of growing.
This was your personal channel?
Yeah. Well, no. So I started.
Okay.
So my company was called Bamford Auto. So that was, I didn't want it to be Bamford Auto. I wanted it to be something else. And one of the titles was like very good mobile mechanic. So just a silly title. But then we came up with Good Morning Mechanic from a story actually from my first deployment. We did a mission. It was super long. We basically had like 2 hours of sleep in almost 4 days. We came back and I was so tired. And I was walking up this hill and my colonel and the sergeant major were coming down the hill and I saluted and I said, "Hey, good morning, sir." And he said, "Bamford, it's 10 o'clock at night." I don't remember saying this, but I guess I said like, "Hey, sir, I'm just so damn high speed. I'm on tomorrow's schedule already." Like, smooth. And the sergeant major laughed, and I don't remember saying that, but the next morning, I think it was like 2 days later, and you know they let me sleep like the whole next day, and then I go to breakfast, and my platoon sergeant was like, "Dude, what'd you say?" Because like they're laughing about it. I was like, "I don't remember," and then I found out what I said later.
That's hilarious.
So yeah,
that became your nickname, obviously.
So I tell everybody good morning, and it's like just kind of my thing. It just stuck. So even no matter what time it is, like I'll answer my phone. I'll say, "Hey, good morning. What's going on?" They're like, "Dude, what are you doing?" I'm like, it always starts a funny conversation. I don't know. I do little weird stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have a niche. I like it.
Yeah.
Well, outside of having a niche, I mean, it's just a fun way. Like we do that. We did that in the cop business as well. 10 o'clock at night. Well, good morning to you too, fucker. Like, you know, it just kind of derails things. So I get that.
Especially when somebody comes into your office, like if they're super mad about something and they're like, "Hey, I need to talk to you." "Yeah, good morning. What's up?" "What? What'd you say?" It just completely disarms them. And so it's a fun way to start a conversation. And so we use that. Hey, we're the good morning mechanic, right? And then it just kind of took off from there. I think it was last year. My brothers started helping me with the channel because I got to a point where I just couldn't keep doing it by myself and creating like really professional content. Because that's where, I don't know, I think a lot of channels struggle because they're just doing it by themselves and their channel never turns into anything more. I got big dreams for the channel.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So this is, I wanted to become a show.
I wanted to get back into some of your previous episodes, and I didn't have time today. But I mean, the most recent ones, like there's some pretty decent editing that's being involved in them. And the entry aspect of it is good. I was like, there's even some things that you guys do that I was like, shoot, I really should be doing that. I don't do anything. I don't say, hey, click here to subscribe or click here to follow. I probably should be doing that. I hope just people follow and subscribe because you want to. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, you guys got some great thumbnails and stuff like that going on. So who's doing most of the editing for you? You said your brothers?
It's me.
It's all you?
Yeah, I'm the guy. I do the editing. I make the thumbnails. I do all that stuff.
How much do you take? How much time does it take you to do that stuff?
So it all kind of, it just depends on what we're doing, right? The filming for the community car build, usually we can capture about 2.5 to 3.5 hours worth of footage in a 2-hour time span. So we have multiple cameras going, and we kind of just pile all the footage together. And then like I'll take notes if depending on like what the project is. So I'll break it down into like sub paragraphs, and then from there I look for all the footage that it could be split up because there's only 2 of them and they're walking around the truck. So
gotcha.
They don't always get, like, there's not one person focused on this one thing. So they're trying to capture everything all at once. So I have to go back. That's what takes a long time, is I have to go back and rearrange the footage to line it up.
What are you using to do that?
Premiere Pro.
Okay, so that's what we use too.
Yeah, solid product. I don't understand why it keeps crashing. I don't know if you guys have that.
I don't have that issue, but there's so much it can do that I just don't know yet.
Yeah.
Fortunately for us, a lot of it's done with AI, especially with the podcast. So originally when I wanted to do a 6.5 camera podcast, I was like, oh my God, it's like 5 hours of editing for a 1 hour show. Because you want it to flip cameras each time someone speaks. Well, Adobe Premiere Pro has this thing where you put in the audio, you put in the video separately, you tie them to each other, you click boom, and it just automatically goes, boom, 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 makes all the cuts.
That's pretty sweet.
It takes 30 minutes to do 3 hours. If it wasn't for that, dude, I don't know if I'd be able to do this every week because one time, I can't remember if the audio didn't record.
No, it was a video. Video didn't record.
Something didn't happen right.
Oh, it's horrible.
And I had to go through. You know what it was? The audio didn't work right. So I only had audio from the cameras. I didn't have the audios from the mics.
Shit. Oh, that's rough.
It was brutal. Yeah. First of all, it sounded like shit. But second of all, it was I had to go through and make each cut. It took me 6-7 hours, and it wasn't even a 2-hour thing. I was like, fucking A, if this happened every weekend, I would never be able to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the last video took about 17 hours to edit.
And it's hard. And then you're like, I want to get more content out there, but it's it takes me 17 fucking hours to edit 2 hours of video.
Yeah.
And a 30-minute episode.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's where's the fucking return?
Your math is off there. It takes 17 hours to edit a 14, 15, 20-minute video, not 2 hours. That's
no 2 hours of video.
Right, yeah.
He's taking 2 hours of video and he's putting up 14, 15 minutes, 30 minutes or whatever.
Final product.
Yeah. But I mean, editing is tough, and it's man, some of these guys have some amazing editing skills.
Well, it's like anything else, is if you have something that you can actually do for a living, right? So people are hired as editors. It's a full-time gig. That's what they do. And we're just hobbyists.
Right.
We're at the hobby level. And hopefully one day I'll either get to that level or I'll be able to afford to hire somebody at that level. Cause it's hard. And I think a lot of people don't understand how hard it is when they're like, hey,
they know once they try it once.
Well, I think but I think that goes to the comment where a lot of people talk shit about creators and fucking he makes millions of dollars making TikTok videos or YouTube videos. And it's dude, some of the stuff they do is really, really impressive. And I know that I could not do it if I had 24 straight hours. So to edit that 30-second clip, they might only be doing it an hour because they're just that good at it. To me, it would take me 3 straight days and I probably still would butcher it and make it look like crap. And it's because it's just a skill set, and much respect. There's a reason that they have millions of followers. I mean, you look at Mr. Beast content, especially the stuff he does now with 150 or 300 cameras and all those audio and all that. And you'd have to have a 200-man editing team to do that.
Did you watch the games that he did?
It was sick.
He had 1,000 people.
Yeah. All with their own individual camera, sound, and everything.
That's a lot.
And you got to pick and the thing is you have to edit it so that it goes to a storyline in that scenario.
Yeah.
When it's something you're doing for your show, I mean, you already know what the next step is going to be. You don't have to worry about oh, I didn't hear this person say this in this little corner over here, which totally changes the whole concept of who they are in the games. You know what I mean? They're over here being deceitful as fuck, even though they've been best friends with this person this whole time. And so let's get back to the show. So you guys have started recording these episodes, just kind of how-tos on a lot of different videos. Because I like I said, I watched Sarge and I watched The Truck. I didn't really think those were how-to videos.
Right.
It was kind of just walking me through the process of you guys doing it, but I didn't get to go through all your videos.
Yeah, so it originally started the how-tos, and we still do some how-tos, but it kind of, there's a weird transition, and I call it season 2 of the show.
I saw that, yeah.
It's a weird transition where we're going from how-tos to kind of more entertainment style, and you can tell that as the videos are progressing, as they're getting better and better in quality, and we're upgrading our equipment, is the editing that I started doing changed, because I started going from how-tos, and then I kind of started making like music videos almost, where it's like mostly music, and then I'm cutting it to the music, and it's like, well, what are you doing? How are you doing that? Like, and even now that I'm sitting there, knowing what I know now and how we edit the new videos, I'm like, dude, I should go back and re-edit those old videos to redo them, because it was just not good.
Yeah.
So, but we're in a way better place now. The new, we're filming it as a TV show, and that's how we're approaching it. Is like, hey, this Good Morning Mechanic is the Good Morning Mechanic show.
Yeah.
And we actually, it was kismet how it worked out. Because you watch the newest episodes, and it's like us and Wingman Garage. So, like 2 years ago, when we started taking the channel a little seriously, I found his garage in Wadsworth, and I was like, dude, what a great idea. So what Aaron did was he opened up a garage, and it's a do-it-yourself garage. So a lot of people.
That's what I was going to ask. There's a lot of people in those videos. Are they all mechanics? Or are there some that you bring your own car in and then you work on it with the mechanics? They show you how.
Yeah. So the community car build, it's anybody's invited, and they basically get to come and like, put this part on the Jeep, a lift kit on a Jeep, or the lift kit on the Ranger. And it's like some of those people have never touched a lift kit, don't even know what it looks like, and they're kind of paired up. So like people that don't always know, exactly what to do, they get paired up with somebody that's like super experienced, and it's just a lot of fun. They get to network, they get to meet each other. What he started at Wingman is like a magical thing. And it saves people a lot of money.
So does he have a YouTube channel as well?
He does.
Oh,
but
I didn't realize that.
Here's the trade-off, right? So he, and we've talked about this, so I don't know how much he wants me to say, but basically he's running a business. I'm not running a business. Right. I run the YouTube channel. He has a YouTube channel. So we kind of, like, our business models match perfectly to where he has the content that I need for my channel. I have the channel that he needs for his for the business. And so we're actually like teaming up on a lot of stuff.
Okay. So you have the channel. He doesn't have the channel. He uses your channel to get his name out.
So he has his own channel.
Okay.
Like Wingman.
Yeah.
Garage. That's his channel.
Okay.
And he does a good job, but I think it's the same thing. Like he does all his own editing and stuff like that, and it's just him. Mm-hmm. And he's got another business to run full time. So I'm blessed enough to have a team that helps, at least with the recording and stuff. So yeah, we're working together to kind of take both of our companies and kind of help each other out.
That's great.
What do you guys shoot with? What are you using for cameras and audio and stuff?
So we have Pocket 2s is what we use for primarily for our cameras. We just picked up the Action 3. So we're getting a couple of those because we have like a really like a secret project that we're working on right now.
Secret project.
Secret project.
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah.
Secret.
So we got a secret project. We have not announced it yet. But
I had a secret project last night. Evan almost let the cat out of the bag though, but that's another story.
Oh Jesus!
All right.
You had a cat in a bag? It's a weird project.
Yeah. Could say that.
Yeah,
all right, so
that stuff.
Secret project.
A lot of DJI stuff.
Yeah.
That's
what he
a
shoots
DJI
with.
nut.
You're sitting next to the DJIs
So
right here.
I'm one of those guys though when it comes to like anything that's like when it comes to audio, video, whatever. I like to stay consistent because chances are something's going to work better with if I have the same thing, right? So my drones are DJI, my action cameras are DJI. I've got the Pocket Pro, that's DJI. Like everything's DJI. The only thing I have other than that is Sony and Shure. Like everything else, just stick with it. It's just easier to do it. I think DJI makes a great product too. Like
great.
honestly, even some of their old, like you said, you're go Action 3. Right?
Yeah.
And I think the Action 2 Mini was the little self sticker one, right? And they're great. I'm actually hoping the Action or the 360 is going to come out this year.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
Crossed, dude. We'll see.
I mean, it's like it's, anything above 4K, it's, you're looking at your cell phone, you can only see so clear.
Yeah.
So, if you have we're using a little bit of older equipment, but at the same time, it's like, hey, it's 4K.
Well,
Right.
you can't download or view 4K on most YouTube channels. It's 1080p or other ones.
You mean on your phone?
Well, on my phone, but you on most YouTube channels, or unless you subscribe,
Everything on my channel is all 4K.
Is all
I don't
4K?
record anything lower.
because I thought that you can only upload up to 4K. But
Well, the girls you're watching, yeah, I wouldn't want to see them in 4K
oh
anyway.
no. Too veiny.
So let's talk about your history with YouTube. I think I saw you guys are up over like 2,100 subscribers or something like that. But are you guys monetized yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No.
Viewed hours, right?
Yeah, so we're about we're funny enough we're actually competing with ourselves from a year before. So I mean we'll have a day where we get just a ton of watch hours, especially when we have a release, the video release, and so we're getting a lot of watch hours from that video. But a year ago, we're competing with because it's in 365 days. So as we're gaining, we're losing.
Right.
So yeah, we're in competition with ourselves from last year. So if you look at the whole life, the channel, then yeah, we would have been monetized. If YouTube ever changes that, we'll be set. Yeah, we'll be good. But
if you're listening, YouTube, help us little people out.
So yeah, but it's that competition with yourself that's really kind of killing us. Really.
How often do you check YT Studio?
Every day.
It's
every day.
addicting.
It's addicting. Yeah. My wife makes fun of me because I'll just sit there and she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like looking at the analytics.
Yeah.
She's like, "Okay, that's."
Well,
enough.
his wife started a support group, so you can put them in touch. they can hug it out.
Yeah.
Well, because it's funny, so we've had a couple episodes. I don't know if you know who the Star Boys are. We had Scott Caraboulet on, 3 weeks ago. And he's just got an awesome story. So if you're not from around here, I don't know if you grew up around Medina County.
Nope.
So when I was 96, 2000, the Star Boys were like the real first big stunt group.
Oh, the motorcycle guys.
Period.
Yeah.
They were legit. And Scott comes on and talked about his crazy lifestyle when he went through that and how they were literally back then they duct tape video cameras to their helmets to get footage, and they go to Akron University. He's like, we spend 2 days editing this crappy old videotape that we sell for $10,
Yeah.
So, but anyhow, his story, because of the fame that the Star Boys had, I mean, people were watching for 45 minutes was our average watch time. So I'm looking at
it's pretty good.
I'm looking at YouTube analytics, and I'm like, oh, we're gonna hit it this fucking week, and then all of a sudden it just goes, well, you've had enough. 0.
I don't understand.
Then it's the next week comes on and did the one with the guys, my buddy Ethan and them from Illyria with June 19th, and that thing shot up like crazy, and then it just stopped. And it's man, it's a game that I don't understand.
Yeah.
And I know there's things that I could do better. I can definitely call to action for subscribers better and things like that. But to me, it's I don't know. I feel if somebody likes the content, then they'll subscribe and they'll watch. If they don't, then they won't. So, what do I do differently? Hopefully I just keep getting better and better guests, more and more guests. And it grows naturally, because I'd love for this to be the only thing I had to worry about doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Between my VA benefits, and if I could bring in $4 or $5 grand a month doing this, I'd be fucking set.
Oh yeah.
I'd spend all my weekends riding bikes, canoeing, just doing anything other than worrying about life in general.
Yeah.
And but it's interesting, and you always fight that game on what do people want to see?
Yeah.
And I'm sure you see that in the shop. So you talked about your partnership with Wingman, and I saw that with the Rebel show, right? The Rebel, the Dodge Ram Rebel. So Wingman Garage is a spot where, and community build is the Jeep, but the Rebel wasn't a community build.
No.
That was just a guy that needed a place to work on his
that's
truck.
my buddy Craig.
Yeah. So he talked about, he's I live in, he lives in Cleveland, where his garage is basically the size of his truck.
Yeah.
So he can't do anything. So do they have to pay to come into the shop to use it? Is there a rental fee?
Yeah,
Do they get to use the
So
tools? How's that work?
So yeah, you rent the bay.
Okay.
And the bay is fully stocked.
Yeah.
He has literally all the tools. He's got TVs up. You see the bay in the videos. The bays, the bay that the Jeep's sitting in, you can rent that bay.
Yeah.
And it's it's like a quarter of the price of taking your car to a mechanic.
I'm sure.
So if you know, we do have a video coming out, and I can say this, the video that we're working on right now is using AI to actually diagnose and repair a car.
Awesome.
So yeah, we have the MetaQuest 3 and we're doing augmented reality. And so like it's going to be a really, really cool video. I don't think anybody really has anything out there like that. So we're going to use ChatGPT, which I've already used ChatGPT and artificial intelligence
when working on a car.
And unbelievable.
Yeah.
It gets some things wrong, but the vast majority of things it's like spot on.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's that's a video we're working on. But yeah, you go to Wingman, you rent out a bay. It's super affordable. You have all the tools, and you know the thing that is cooler than anything else is he is your wingman. Like Aaron helps people.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's not
that's
just
what it
rent
is.
out the bay, you're stuck there. It's rent out the bay and Aaron's there to help you
He
get
is a
your
mechanic.
project done.
He's literally there for you.
Wow.
And he's your wingman. So if you get stuck on something, hey Aaron, can you check this out? Hey, you know, like it is.
You know what this is? It's the checkout stands at Walmart. Like, you know, you do it all
do it
yourself.
yourself.
But then when you try and buy beer, then it stops you. And then Aaron's got to come over and check your ID, make sure you're doing it, and then you go on, right?
Yeah, that's a pretty
Kinda
cool
like that.
setup that he's got there.
Dude,
though.
it's not like anything you've ever seen. It's in the military. They have like a DIY garage.
I remember going to them on post. Like
Yeah.
you could go to those, you know, they'd have like 8 bays or whatever. You
Yep.
could pull up there. You have all the tools that you need, and there'd be people walking around that could help you out
That's
or whatever.
literally what he's doing.
Is that where he came up with the idea? Was from being in the military?
I
or-
don't think he was in the military.
Gotcha.
But I don't know where like originally he came up with the idea. But oh yeah, when you go there and the environment it's not like anything you ever see in it.
Well, and it's clean shop too, from what I can
yeah.
see in the videos.
Yeah.
Like it's like a well maintained, very well organized shop.
Do you have a video we could see it?
I do. Hold on a second. Let's pull up.
I think we should go there and do some videos.
Yeah.
Should we? Hold on a second.
Yeah,
Should we
could
go to?
We could take your car over there, Evan.
Oh, I'm fine
Is
with
this
that.
day one right here?
I always need my car worked on.
That's
Yeah.
day 2.
Yeah, if you go up that whole playlist up there, yeah, day one's right there.
Day 1 is a good view of the shop.
Shit.
Yeah, that was the first shot we learned how to do slow-mo.
Wow.
Yeah, we're flying drones in there and everything.
Oh,
Yeah, that's Aaron.
So you put this little intro together?
Yeah.
Do you just plug it in every time so it's like a saved intro and then you can just plug it
Yeah,
in?
yeah. It's like once it was made, I was like, oh, I gotta save this. It's like I used Canva.
Yeah.
That Wingman Garage has done. We are going to build a 1997 Jeep Wrangler.
Is he using that as a microphone?
That's my mic.
microphone
Yeah.
stand.
That's-
DJI.
That's awesome.
We use a wrench as a microphone. So, but yeah, that whole garage is just so sweet.
That have ever showed up to actually help for a first event at least.
Yeah, and then all those people are they're either customers or friends or and they're just hanging out, helping each other out.
I need to do 2 big shout outs. AutoZone and Hawk Performance. AutoZone donated oil, a battery, rear brake
that's cool.
parts.
Yeah.
wipers.
AutoZone chipped in a little
Hawk
bit.
Performance sent us front brake
I've
That's
seen it.
really cool.
and
Yeah,
some fluid.
my favorite
And then I picked up
shot that
recalipers
we've
for the
had
front.
so
We rode-
far, the last build we did
Uh-huh.
was the Darth Ranger build.
All right. I can
That
see if I
the
find
Darth Ranger final form, the intro for that is hands down my favorite shot of like any video we've made so far.
that. Darth Ranger.
That one right,
Right here?
there. Yeah, this intro. Oh my god, I love it.
All right.
So dark. Oh yeah.
It was- yeah, it was like 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Ford Ranger.
Yeah.
That's
I-
pretty
that-
dope.
Yeah.
I
Gave
know
you
it-
chills there, huh? You're
Yeah.
you're proud of that.
I love
baby.
that. I love that.
All right,
Yeah.
guys, so we're here
So
with Dave
So hold on. It says find the keys, keep the cards. You guys really had the keys in the shop? Do like an Easter egg thing?
So after the build is done, there's you buy tickets, right? And they're super cheap. It's like $25. And he $25 on his website. You get basically you'll get an email, and that email last year, that email had a clue. And so it was a scavenger hunt. And so the people solved the clues. He had he had helpers all over, Northeast Ohio.
Does he do this once a year or
once? Yeah, I think it's once.
I think we should do it. We should.
Yeah. Oh my,
that's
it's so much
cool.
fun. It's so cool. Yeah. So
it's crazy. We talk about all the stuff that's going on in the world today and all with current events and things like that. But these are stories. This is 15 minutes from us, and I've never heard of this before.
Yeah.
Not only did I not hear of his shop, but I didn't hear about this is an event that that's just fun and it's great for the community.
Much fun. Yeah.
And I know Wadsworth's a pretty tight community, but this is awesome. So it's cool to hear that and see that, and I can appreciate the editing skills.
Oh,
it's like
thank
the
you.
small details that it's just man, it looks really good. So what's kind of the next step for you guys? Like you said, you're going to try to turn it into like a TV show.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming the idea is that you're going to be able to shoot more frequently because you have a wife and kids or family, and work and the army. And how do you find time to shoot? Do you guys plan way in advance?
We do. We have a giant 1 year calendar. It's literally I think it's called the big ass calendar. It's in my basement. It's up on the wall, and I literally have the filming schedule written out by days and times. So we have all the video ideas. If we come up with an idea, we'll text it to ourselves and be like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. So we'll find a day that we'll go, okay, we want to film this day. And then we'll look on the production schedule. So we use Google Drive it hands with our production schedule, and we'll find we're gonna post this video in August. So it's a little weird because we're our production schedule is it's out all the way till February of next year.
Okay,
what you're gonna
hold on a second here. I'm gonna write this down. How do you spell it? Production.
Ours is on Discord. If you would look, you would know when the guests were scheduled for and what time.
And you guys actually meet and discuss how you're going to produce these videos and stuff.
It's we talk all the time. So
meeting.
They talk all the time. They don't have a special site to go talk on.
Right.
Yeah. So it's me and my brothers that run the channel, which is nice.
Like brothers?
Yeah. My legit blood brothers. So yeah, they're full-time electricians down in Millersburg.
And I could have used an electrician about 25 minutes ago before I almost blew up my house.
So yeah, we just I asked them. I got to the channel got to a point where I'm like, dude, I can't be more serious with this if I don't have a team helping me. I can't get more camera angles. I can't manage all this myself.
Imagine that team helping find guests, content. Imagine that. Yeah, write that down.
It's TEIAM.
Don't tell the dyslexic back because I will actually put an I.
But yeah, so you guys got a team. You guys all shoot together.
Yeah.
So their hope is that this eventually could get them away from fucking running electrical wires through houses at some point in time, I'm assuming.
I think, so we all have the same goal. We want to do this full time eventually, when we retire. So we're all within probably 5 years of, 5 to 10 years. Our youngest brother is 7 years younger than us, but so he's got a little bit more time. But my older brother, we're
not if you guys make it big.
Yeah.
He's rooting for big bro.
Yeah. So that's we have big plans and we're trying to get the channel as big as possible. We want to be kind of like the guys that people talk about, oh yeah, did you see that Whistling Diesel? Oh, they did some crazy stuff. That's the goal is to be like that for Good Morning Mechanic. Oh my gosh, you see this video? You see Good Morning Mechanic, and we want to have a fun, entertaining channel that people actually can learn from too. So we're not going to stop the how-tos. We're not going to stop that stuff. We're going to keep that going. So
well, I think too, and I'm no expert by any chance, but with shorts, I think you could do like a 1 minute short on like a 7-step break job.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You got YouTube up?
I always
type up how to
hear
use
that
a,
YouTube.
how
I
to
always have you up, just trying to help you out, YouTube.
So if you type in how to use a torque wrench, Good Morning Mechanic has like one of the, and you watch, it's not going to pop up when you type it in.
Definitely not.
But yeah,
you're screwing up the algorithm just by being here.
Yeah, right there.
Which one? Third one?
No, all the way to the left. That's mine. Yeah. So I mean,
hey, good morning, guys. So this car that I'm working on is done.
I made it 2 years ago.
Putting everything in, got me thinking.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, another like.
Don't really know how.
Yeah.
To use
So
the torque
2 years
wrench.
ago,
I'm gonna show you.
72,000 views just randomly took off.
For all my my mates overseas. On this side, you're gonna have foot pounds. Okay, so this is tuned in to 76 foot pounds.
You know, it's just little stuff like that is so helpful.
Yeah. So we have you mentioned the shorts and
yeah, that's not the path to fucking
what to the watch hours? No. They didn't even count them,
dude. No, but you got to get 10 million views before it replaces the 4,000 hours or something like that.
Yeah,
it's like either or. It's like I was all excited one month. I had like 120,000 views, and I was like, oh, only 900,000.
Right? Yeah. It's so, excuse me. It's so disheartening. My son is 13, and some of his YouTube videos that he watches, it's like, it's so stupid. It's like somebody dancing.
Yeah. And
I'll look and be like, oh my God, does that say like 700,000 likes?
Yeah.
And it's somebody dancing.
Well, you know what you need to start doing is you got to have
a bikini.
A dancing mechanic.
It was funny because when I was watching
a dancing mechanic just
all right.
When I was watching your video, like somebody said something funny, but I don't know what because it was in the background.
Oh,
and I was like, you know, it'd be awesome is while you guys are shooting all this content and doing this is if you just had a live stream going.
Oh yeah.
The whole time, like a camera up in the corner that just recorded the entire, like just played the whole thing live while you're on YouTube.
Yeah.
Just so people could like check in and like watch it live, what's going on, and then you get the actual footage when you edit it out and stuff like that. But I wonder if that would get you additional viewers and subscribers. I know in TikTok, that's probably where almost all our followers came from, was live events.
Yeah.
So I don't know why, and I don't know if you guys have had this before, but when we do lives on YouTube, it absolutely destroys our videos.
Really?
Yeah. So
I never done a live on YouTube actually.
Yeah. So if it's, I don't know, I stopped because I had a video that got it got like 10,000 views in like a week. I was like, oh my God, this one's going crazy. And then I did a live stream, and as soon as I did that live stream, it was dead.
Really?
It just stopped, and it was it was yeah. So and then I was like, this is kind of weird. And then I had another video that got like 2,000 or 3,000 views, and I was like, oh, this one's cool. Like this one's taking off. And then I did another live, and it just killed it.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it's so and I was watching the analytics, and it literally, when my videos were going up and I did a live, it either went straight or even down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, but there's nothing. I tried to look it up. I couldn't find anything.
So I did do lives. I don't know why I said I didn't do it.
Yeah, I was gonna correct you.
We've done live streams before.
Yeah.
I don't think of that as the same thing of like going live, but it is. But we only had like the California ones when the riots were taking place. We only had like 20 people tune in live, but like the next day there's like 1,400 views and 890 views and a whole shitload of comments, and I was like,
oh, see, that's cool.
I don't fucking get
that it paid off for that, and I mean it was great content too. Like we were just kind of moderating over the top of whoever's feed it was we were watching, but. My feeling about that is, you've got to have a subscriber base into the 100,000s or millions, and you also have to have a high level of interactivity with them already, with a lot of comments and everything. Because if you stop and think about it, like even just like on your own personal social, like with Facebook or Instagram, where you see, maybe you're just scrolling, you're on the toilet, and then all of a sudden you see so and so just went live. And don't you normally roll your fucking eyes at it?
Yeah,
You're like, this is somebody you personally know, like
especially
when it's Evan. Like, oh, okay, here's the drone sitting on the lawn underneath fireworks. Cool. But yeah, I mean, so I think for the audience out there, they've got to just be really dialed into that, unless it's like a bomb dropped and you happen to be right there when it happened and you're the only one that's got the coverage.
Yeah, right.
Something so unique like that. But I think, I don't know, it's got to be a high level of interactivity. Otherwise, it's that same effect. Like I'm going to leave him nameless, but there's a DJ that I follow. I'm good friends with the guy, but he goes live all the fucking time. And it's like, so I can just watch you down here doing this from, this angle down here. It's like, all right, I've seen that once, we're done here. Like,
yeah, I don't know what the win is for which way, and it's like even doing these podcasts. Like, I mean, everybody's doing podcasts nowadays, so your competition is like, you know what I mean? As long as, but the idea is that you start with local, and it's like, man, I can't even get my own family to subscribe and watch, not because they don't spend countless hours watching nonsense, but just because it's like people like don't want your YouTube channel to do well. I feel like more than anything, like even
fucking terrorists,
even the guys that we originally started this with.
Oh, we started with so many.
This all started with a group of 10 of us that we would like go out once a month and call it guys' night, where we would just go out.
That's pretty cool.
We just go axe throwing, or we went to the range, or just some different stuff, and then we go grab dinner afterwards, and it was just 3 hours of us talking shit after we did something together, and we usually ended up bragging on our friend Ed for about an hour and a half of it, and we're like, man, this would be fucking hilarious if we did this on a podcast. So I was like, sweet, let's do it. So I spent about 6 months doing research, getting it all planned. I was like, all right, let's go, and they showed up to like 1 or 2 episodes, and like the first 2 episodes, it's like you're trying to figure things out. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, dude. We're just hitting record and like going with it, and then it's like it starts to get a little bit better, but then all of a sudden nobody wants to take part. So then you're like, well, I don't want to fucking stop. So like then you start searching for guests, and finding guests takes up like probably 7 to 10 hours a week. Like me reaching out, emailing, trying to get schedules to work, trying to commit that they'll show. What are we going to talk about? Then I got to watch like something about them. Like you today, I had to watch like a couple hours of videos so I at least knew a little bit about what you guys do. And it's like, that is so fucking time consuming.
Yeah.
And then the guys just dropped off. Like they stopped doing anything. So now
some for the better.
I mean, to me, it doesn't matter. Like I'm willing to have the idea of guys' night is just a bunch of guys sitting around a table talking shit. It's like the conversations that take place behind the scenes at Good Morning Mechanic. Like you guys rag on each other, I'm sure.
It's especially because we're all brothers.
Yeah, of course.
It's constant.
Yeah. So that's the idea of guys' night is like, look, dude, you can come here and say whatever you want because your wife's not listening. She's not standing across from you. You don't have to worry about that dirty look when you make a comment that's probably like a little egregious, right?
As it turns out, all their wives were listening.
But that's just the concept of guys' night is like, it doesn't matter what you're saying. Like everybody's been there where you're like joking with your buddy and like your wife's present. She gives you that look, and then you have a 30-minute conversation about it on your way home, and you're like, What did I don't even know what I said. Like, what are you talking about? We were just talking. And so that was the concept around it. But, that's kind of changed. Is now it's just become myself and these guys join on in the episode. And it's like, I got to find the guest. I got to find the time to schedule and record. And the second that you stop producing content, the second your views start disappearing, and it's like, if you want this to be successful, dude, you got to get 100 episodes in a year. You got to do this twice a week. And you got to continuously find good things to talk about and be able to have a conversation. And, that's why it's like when I saw that you have a YouTube channel, I was like, oh, man. I mean, first of all, I think the idea of teaching anything mechanical in today's day and age is something that should be shared because it's a dying art, right? It's a trade that's just not appreciated. Maybe because a lot of cars now are electric and there's a lot of technology and stuff that's happened in new cars, but like the Sarge, that's a 97 Jeep Wrangler.
Yeah.
I wish I would have known you guys were doing that project before you did it because my buddy's probably got the largest warehouse of TJ parts in all of the country, and he lives in Burbank.
Oh, wow.
But shout out to him. That's how he's made a career. He used to be a mechanic. He was a master mechanic.
Yeah.
And then he realized like he loved Jeeps. Everybody wants TJs. That's the best That's the best set of Jeeps out there.
That was a good Jeep.
So he literally travels all over the country buying wrecked Jeeps, brand new frames from down south.
That's awesome.
Clean hubs, rebuilds Jeeps. And then, like, you know, when I got laid off of work during COVID, I worked with him. He was selling roughly $10,000 in parts every 3 months. We got to the point where we were selling almost $100,000 in parts and created a whole business around just Jeep parts, shipping them to all 51 or 50 states plus multiple countries. And, you know, it's like that was something like nobody else thought to go buy 25 Jeep Wranglers, strip them down to the air vents and sell them on eBay for $25 or $30 for a Jeep Wrangler air vent. Like the dash alone in a TJ is worth about $700 parted out.
Yeah, it's kind of like those people that clean up like the Mona Lisa when she gets dirty. You know what I mean? It's like art. And then you have these people that come in and preserve it. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people don't understand that these older vehicles, if we don't do something to bring them back to life, or, you know, like, you know, if we don't do something now, they're going to be gone. You know, they're going to disappear. And especially older Jeeps, like that was a good year. There's a reason why everybody likes them. Right. And you know, that's, I think that everybody should know at least a little bit about how to work on their own cars. If nothing else, especially because it's getting really expensive.
Well, labor. I think my mechanic charges $91 an hour.
Yeah, that's cheap.
That's not bad.
If you go to if you go to a dealership, your minimum $130, probably closer to $160 an hour. Yeah.
Well, and then I talked to my cousins and some of my family's kids, and none of them know how to even change the oil, change the wiper blades, and I'm like, we had mechanics in like high school and college that you could take classes, and we had to learn. It was one of our electoral.
Did you learn how to change oil?
Yeah.
Did you change the oil while you wet the beds?
The oil.
No, I changed the oil. I know how to change the tire. I changed when we were in Europe, in Ireland for the first time. My dad didn't even know how to change a tire on a foreign Jeep. I did it.
Wow.
So
I would have loved to have a video of that. That would have got 100,000 likes.
No, because I was swearing up and down because my dad hit a damn bridge avoiding a giant double-decker bus. So and he hit when he hit the bridge, he blew the tire out.
Call Evan's dad right now.
I'll tell
receipts.
I'll get him on the phone right now.
Need receipts for these tires. It seems like we should have visited this site while we're over there. Like, right. You know, like should be like a memorial.
Maybe we could have reenacted it.
That would have been great.
Yeah. Change his tire. You got 45 seconds. Go.
It took me about an hour because I had to figure out how to get it on the frame of the car, and I had to figure out what bolts to take off and not to strip them and all this stuff because you had to hand twist every single bolt out.
You don't say.
No, I'm used to using power tools.
Now, what kind of car was this?
I don't remember the car.
You don't remember?
No, because all I remember is taking the hubcap off.
It was probably not an American car.
No, it was not an American car.
It was metric. These nuts on the wheels were metric then?
Yeah, I just kind of...
Was that a factor, you think?
Was it still righty-tighty? Lefty-loosey?
I mean, because you do drive on the left side of the road, so maybe
it was a very interesting event. My dad hitting the frickin'
sounds amazing.
Bridge.
Sounds hilarious.
But no, it just most kids don't know how to change anything anymore. They don't want to learn, or they're not.
Where are you spending this time where you're seeing all these kids not wanting to learn stuff?
Yeah, like do they not? Let me ask you this: do you think they're more willing to learn like a Sony camera over a Canon camera?
Oh my God, because I use Canon. That's what I do.
Oh.
Yeah,
I don't. I wish you would have told me that.
I love my Canon.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's great.
I don't like Sony.
You don't like Sony?
Sony's good for videos. I don't do videos that much. I do photos. I'm a photographer.
That's pretty cool.
So
yeah, you would think it was pretty cool. Like he probably could do some really cool artwork for the show, take some additional photos, get the name out there, come some great edits.
That would be a good idea.
You would think.
Yeah,
but once again, there's no Evan in team.
What?
Hold on a second.
I think there's Evan.
So let's get back to the channel. Your brothers help out, but you do all the editing.
Yeah.
So what are they? They're just constantly moving around the shop, taking video and stuff like that.
They do a lot of they do all the camera work. My two brothers, And then we spent a lot of time like brainstorming. They help come up with ideas. My older brother used to he had his own apparel company. So he like comes up with shirt designs and stuff. So the Medina car show is actually here in a couple weeks on July 19th. We're going to be there. We got a whole booth set up. And we have
merch.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We're going to have,
I was going to say, I just brought up the merch right now.
Oh yeah. So we have stuff that we haven't released yet.
Are you guys selling merch on your YouTube page or where you?
No.
They have a LinkedIn tree.
Simmer down, Evan.
We have a LinkedIn
tree.
Oh, Linktree.
Linktree.
Yeah, Linktree.
He's dyslexic.
LinkedIn.
He probably just learned what a Linktree is.
I've known it for a while.
So,
all right. So, what's your site? Is it goodmorningmechanic.com? Did you get that lucky?
No, it's I don't have. I use Instagram, Facebook. We don't have an actual website.
Oh, you just use the Insta store?
Well, the thing is, we're working on that.
Okay.
So we're doing Shopify right now.
Okay.
And actually the Shopify, don't use that one. That one's old.
Report it.
We did we used Spring Tea a couple years ago.
Okay.
And I haven't even touched it since. So
all right, I don't know how to find it. You got to give me it. So I got to go find you on Facebook first.
Well, just type in Good Morning Mechanic on Google. It shows all his.
I did just
do my home address, social security number.
Should be. It shows
Good Morning Mechanic.
Yeah, what's the street you grew up on? And first pet's name? Just, for no reason.
All right, is this it right here? Is any of this it? I can't see that far.
Well, what's Evan looking at over there?
Yeah, I'll just send you the link. Give me a second.
Yeah. Come on, Evan.
Yeah, so I think we have like one T-shirt on our Shopify, maybe two.
Yeah,
we're still trying to figure all that stuff out. We're semi-professionals.
I just stopped paying for my Shopify account because I was like, I give up.
It's a frustrating thing because you don't really make money on merch. Like we're not like famous people, so it's
right.
Yeah.
But I think I thought we actually had some stuff that was really like good. Like I would wear it, but it's like the design aspect of it was harder than I thought it would be.
Okay.
And I have Canva and I have all that stuff. And it was like, I needed to look simpler, but cooler. And, it's one of those things where it's like, you talk about like, oh, I hope the channel will grow. Like I always hope that it would grow just enough to where I could be like, I'm paying this person to be an editor.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't need to make $1 that year. If any dollar I generated, I would be glad to give to an editor to help me create additional content. And then the next year, it'd be like, I hope I make just enough so I can hire a merch person. And then I don't care if I don't make $1. I just want this stuff to start growing and somebody else to help me with it. Because it's a lot to take on. Plus, like you said, I'm like you, I have a full-time job.
Right.
I could easily fortunately, I work from home. If you're listening, I work the entire time. But, it's like, it's too easy to get distracted. And then for me, it doesn't take me 30 minutes to do something. It's like a 4-hour project. So if I start doing it during the day, like my day will get lost. I had to like shut this down during the day and try to focus on at night. And then, when you try to focus on at night, you have a wife who's like, you've been doing that all day. You've been at work all day. And it's like, man, it's just, I wish I was 19 years old again and had no responsibility. I feel like I could really rock YouTube you know what I mean?
I mean, that's the time to do it.
Like all these kids are doing now. Good for you, man.
Yeah. It's a weird thing. So my older son actually has a YouTube, and I'm really cautious because the internet is a dangerous.
How old is your son?
He's 13.
Okay.
So he has like a kid one, and his YouTube channel is. It's smaller, but it's like growing like day by day.
Like he's got a little YouTube channel that he creates content for.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just, it's goofy stuff that kids his age make, it's all the stuff that he does. He sees other kids doing it and he's like, I'm going to do it. But the only reason I haven't like stopped it, cause I think it's kind of dangerous. Right. And I look at every single video that he puts out cause I don't want him to say or do, or, give anyone a reason, like when he's 40 and he's, running for president or something, like, you remember this video? Huh? You remember this, bud? Yeah. I don't want anybody to do that. So it's, we keep it, very, and, we make sure that like, hey, you're not, OPSEC type stuff. Like, hey, you're not putting our address in the videos. Like, you're not showing people where we live. Like, that sort of stuff.
It's tough.
But building the foundation now and when he's older, I would like for him to be able to like make that decision. Like, do I do YouTube full time or do I go work? You know what I mean? So it's like a lot of the kids nowadays, like when people joke about like, oh, they're lazy or whatever, like the ones that I know, like the younger soldiers, they're pretty smart.
Yeah.
And they have figured out life. It's just life is like getting impossible to live right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're making the right choices. They're doing the right things. They're going down the right paths. Even the ones that are doing YouTube and stuff like that, like, man, these kids are way smarter than I am.
Yeah.
Like, they're way better at this than me. So, if anything, we're behind the power curve, getting into social media and digital stuff. There's a lot of food on the table. And when it comes to social media stuff, and there's plenty of food for everybody to eat. But, yeah, you have to get entertaining and educational content. And the best content's both combined.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
I was going to pull up a video real quick and show, but yeah, you're 100% right. And then the competition that is in this field, period, is insane. Like the stuff that people are going to do. And I was going to pull it up. Oh, sorry.
What does it say?
Oh my God.
Oh man, you should let that go.
I'm just really proud that the Darth Ranger is right next to the White Ranger. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
It's, we're all about equity around here.
That's
I take
right.
you back to the first minute where I said retard 7 times.
Second, I can't find my mouse. Go profile. I wanted to look up a saved video that I had. Maybe it's
Oh, that top left one. It moved now, but that one that got 14,000. That handsome fellow. Yeah, when you changed it, the order.
Oh, it didn't actually get 14,000 that wide.
Is that baby Theo Vaughn? Those are the
Yes,
best.
dude.
Those are the best.
That's a perfect example.
Those are so funny.
Well, bees are dying.
That's oh my
Bees
God.
are dying too.
Yeah.
Bees are dying from the heat.
Is it the heat?
Yep, they're evaporating, they ejaculate, and their whole body blows up.
Oh no.
Bring it up, Jamie. I'm gonna fucking do something in here.
At temperatures over 107 degrees Fahrenheit, it is estimated that half of male honeybees will die in this manner within 6 hours. Bees ejaculating themselves to death in heat waves.
Is that even true?
I think it's true. Yeah.
I gotta look this up right now.
Dude, those are the funniest fucking
They're
videos.
so funny.
I was looking for a one. It is a guy who says like, I want to be a creator, and everybody laughed at me or something. I thought I saved his video. Damn, but like the edit that he does is just insane, and I'm like, dude.
Well, it's true.
How did you do that?
Oh, by the way, going back about an hour, Mr. Beast employs over 250 editors.
Oh, I don't doubt that at all.
For videos.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it's right here. They did a little bit of a census on his editing team. Around 200.
Right there, top left, 14.1K.
Yeah, it's false.
Okay.
No, it's false. It's disappointing. This is the weirdest thing. So this happened randomly.
You guys ever hear that story about how?
But like, see, it's like got 15
comments,
comments, 14. So when you look at the analytics, and I don't even know how to look at analytics on the website,
intellectual
but
property, and they opened up separate plants.
when you look at the
that were
analytics,
producing,
it's like 500.
their own. There's no way.
Yeah.
It says 14.1K.
I
right
know that's
there.
what it says, but there's like no watch time or anything. I don't remember how to look at analytics. Is this it? No. Oh, right here. View analytics.
So is that one of yours? That like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that was
Yeah.
pretty good.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
that was really good.
So average watch time 10 seconds. Oh wait, mate.
No. That's Evan's bedroom.
Where?
10 seconds average
No,
watch time.
it's 15. Don't lie. Don't make me. I'm not that fast.
I
I'm
don't know.
fast.
Either way, I'm sorry to disappoint you, David, but it's not 14,000 views.
It's completely 14,000. It says it.
Oh, that's awesome.
They let us go right into the prison yard with motorcycles. And
Yeah, I'm actually going to that July 26th. I'm going to Grafton Prison with all the guys from Ride for Life.
That's awesome.
I was losing
I'm
everything.
hoping to have an opportunity to actually interview a couple of the prisoners there. About, you know, some of the stuff they've done in their life, going back to that day they made that choice and things like that, and try to get like a more real interview, not like one staged by what you call it, what are those things called where you go in and talk, starts with a D. I almost said it, but I can't think of the word.
Dildo.
No.
Documentary.
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 Yeah, not like one of those documentaries. Super close.
Yeah.
All right, so we are way off topic as we're scrolling through our analytics of our TikTok page.
Talking about dildos.
Dildos.
But so what's next for you guys? We talked about that a little bit, but what do you guys have? Like, what are some big shows that you guys have coming up? Anything really cool that you're allowed to share? Or?
Yeah, so there's
sharing is caring.
Yeah, so that we're gonna have an announcement. It's probably I don't know exactly when. I just know like a time frame. It all depends. There's one of the guys they're having a baby. So depending on that going down, that's going to shift.
That's going to be huge.
A guy having a baby would
huge
be
news.
massive.
Massive news.
Right, oh my
God.
Yeah. No, and I'm so happy for him.
Yeah.
So,
but obviously that affects like scheduling and stuff like that. But
yeah, so we're covering, and actually we're one of the sponsors for the Medina Car Show.
Okay. That's in 2 weeks, you said, right?
July 19th.
Okay.
And it is.
You guys should go and cover that, by the way.
I'm fine doing
you
that.
You absolutely should.
I'm unfortunately going to be out of town. But
what is how are you? When you guys say sponsoring it, what is it that you guys are doing for the sponsorship? Are you guys throwing them some cash? Or you?
Yeah, paid sponsorship, and then we're gonna be there. We're actually we're covering the whole show. So we're gonna be interviewing people. We're gonna be documenting it. Like we're gonna have a whole episode just on that.
That's cool.
What people don't know is that the Medina Car Show is like the biggest car show in Northeast Ohio.
Is it really?
It really is. Yeah. Last year they had.
Are you talking about on the square?
No.
Where's this?
Those are like Cars and Coffees.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, I've seen.
No, it's off of 18. It's was it PVPP? It's off of 18. It's down the road towards Speedway. Right? And it's a huge parking lot. They had over 1,400 cars there. Yeah.
Wow.
Last year, it was the biggest car show I'd ever seen.
Drones.
Yeah. Actually,
I was saying he has that new drone he could try.
We did a video last year on it. And it was, some of the drone shots were insane. Some of those vehicles there were insane. This guy, Mike Martin, he has a dragster. It was like over 3,000 horsepower. This car was. Yeah.
Oh, whoops. Damn it. Now I just fucked up now I have a left-wing fucking algorithm on YouTube. I just typed in Good Morning America.
You enjoy Bayhart
now. Oh my God. I'm done for.
We're doing that. We're doing, we're covering up.
I didn't want to pull that up. I wanted to pull up the actual channel.
What is?
I don't have my eyes with me today. Okay,
man.
If you guys can't tell, so I'm trying to scroll. The TV's 10 feet away from me, and I'm trying to read letters that are like. I was trying to find the car show. I don't know if you guys have where I would see it. Was it shorts? Or?
I think if you just go to videos.
Yeah.
And then keep scrolling down.
So it would be a year ago. Right.
Yeah. So right there. Yeah.
Well, good morning.
Yeah, and you can see the difference between like the episodes now versus.
Yeah, but I like that. Still got the same intro.
Engine to feed rolling to had a helicopter that was in parts when they got it shipped in, which is crazy.
Yeah, I was like flying my drone around. People are getting all. Some of the people are getting a little heated about flying over their cars.
Oh, really?
I'm like, yeah, man, don't worry. Like, I know what I'm doing.
I was flying mine on 4th of July, and one of the motors quit working, and it hit the ground from 350 feet.
Are you shitting me? Just yesterday?
Yeah, just recently.
Just
told me
the
that,
2 days ago. But the good news is that it fortunately didn't hit somebody, and it landed in the grass, and it's still flyable.
I did a search online for
Didn't even scratch it.
that were less than $1,000, and I found
yeah,
this
that's
rusty old international pickup.
That's awesome.
Tim
Took
is
the
that
cab
guy's
off
name.
of it, sold the rest
He
of the parts,
handmade
and
that
made
international, that little rat rod.
That's crazy. Just a
Yeah.
dragster.
Yeah. Yeah, they I want to say it cost it was stupid because they started it and ran it for like a minute or something, and it was like tens of thousands of dollars just to start it for like a minute.
What?
Yeah. Oh yeah, because
Why?
it sucks down fuel like crazy.
Oh,
Running on
Jesus.
Yeah.
alcohol.
Yeah, I'm out on
Yeah, that guy built that car right there. He built it from like the frame up.
Wow.
Like completely 100%. That engine is like a 500 cubic inch engine that he like. It's handmade.
Wow.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to break out the Mavic 4. I'm gonna have to do
Well,
that.
did
I'm
you
gonna have to do a
open it
video
with-
on that this
Just-
week. What?
Did you open it yet?
No, it's still in the
It's
box.
still the-
Something I had to have, and it's in the box 2 weeks still.
That's a good drone. You
Yeah.
got to keep it low because
Huh.
it's over by the airport.
Oh.
You got to keep it low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
350 feet, right?
Well, I have my Mini too. I got my.
Oh yeah.
Oh God! Please don't bring that out. It's so embarrassing.
No, definitely.
It's literally
take it out.
like having the child that picks its nose the whole fucking time at the Christmas party. Like that's what he's got the DJI the Neo.
I've only seen pictures. I've never seen
This
one
would be
live.
great for you
Yeah.
in the shop because it only flies a couple 100 feet high. It doesn't go out of control, but like it would literally follow you around the shop and be awesome.
Yeah, okay.
But when you're
That's
in like
cool.
this huge, like we're in like Ireland, we're on a cliffs of Moher or something, and we're like, you know, these beautiful cliffs, looking around at his drone, literally
like a
follows
gnat.
him around
Like a gnat.
and it's like it is like in fact I can't remember what the name of that movie is, but I keep bringing it up. Do you remember the movie is from like probably the 90s or 2000s where like the boyfriend had like the paper bag on a string or whatever that followed him around?
Not
or
another
something
teen
like
movie.
that.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that not another
Yeah.
teen? Yeah, that's what Evan's drone reminds me of.
Oh,
Let's see if I can find that actually, because I keep telling people what it reminds me of, and they don't understand.
don't worry, I'm getting
Just
a bigger
put the
drone.
if you search that, well, yeah, with the paper bag, you will definitely.
Did I type wrong or something? How did that not come up?
Paper bag might be 2 words, but it's actually a plastic bag. But
One day my son is gonna watch that movie, like when they get old enough, you know.
Oh,
and
there you go.
And he's just not gonna understand that. Hey, that's how I saw Captain America. Like,
Oh yeah.
when
The
I
bag's
heard,
not there, is it?
it will be.
It will
All
be.
right, hold on. Let's pull this up. This is Evan and his drone, everybody. Oh, damn
Oh
it.
Jesus.
Select blinds, you're welcome. I'll take
Yeah.
that in cash.
so like Blind's not a sponsor, right? Yeah.
They are now.
His name is Les, and he's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And so is his bag.
That's Evan's drone
Yeah.
right there. That is
Yep,
exactly what it is. Thank you for that, David. I could not remember the damn name of that show.
Yes.
But like that's what this little Neo does, and it's like,
It just hovers by me.
and he brings it out. He gets so excited to
I get
bring
so
it out,
excited. I'm like, yes,
and then
I'm
like Evan, this probably isn't a good idea. Like we're by a waterfall.
Oh, that's so
that thing is very unpredictable, and like right into the trees. I don't know how it doesn't go the other way and go to the waterfall. And he's like, "Oh, guess that's it." I was like, "Dude, it's right up that cliff. Like you can get it." So then the funniest thing is I had the video of him climbing up this like 10-foot.
That's funny.
Maybe actually it's probably like 8 foot. It's really not that high at all. But Evan made it sound like he was on the edge of the Niagara Falls when he was trying to go get his drone. But oh yeah. So you guys will be there. You're sponsoring that show. You're going to be interviewing
Yeah.
people similar to what you were doing there. I can see is kind of just
yeah.
going around talking to people about their cars and stuff like that.
Yeah, we're gonna have brand new merch that's there, and that will probably only ever be there. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We're covering the rest of the scavenger hunt. So for Sarge, that'll be well, I think Aaron will put out that date when that'll be, because that's moving, because Aaron's wife is having a baby, not Aaron.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh well, I'm
No.
out then. I was going to subscribe right then.
Yeah, so we just have We covered the Cleveland Auto Show. We covered the piston powder Autorama. That's coming out. That's gonna be a good video. There was a couple Riddler award winning cars there, and then the builder of those cars is a multi Riddler award winner. Which so
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and so I'm gonna try and pay him a visit because their shop's only in Pittsburgh, so it's not that far. So hopefully I can get in that shop, do a video with those guys. So, but yeah, I mean, we have some cool projects that we're coming up with. Really, right now we're in a weird spot because we have all these things happening, but we don't physically have a building to do it in.
Right, so you're kind of either renting from Aaron or borrowing his booths or doing it in somebody's garage, I'm assuming.
Yeah, so it's a lot of these videos are in my garage or in Aaron's place. Some of the videos we've filmed down in Holmes County. But yeah, the goal is to find a building, an affordable building that isn't going to put us under.
Yeah.
Right now, it's stupid. It's not even.
You just need the land. You can build a building anywhere.
Right. Yeah. But even just the land is ridiculous right now.
Yeah. What's the land going for in Holmes County right now?
Holmes County, not that bad.
Yeah.
But we're trying to find something a little north. Like, if I could find something in between us and them, like that would be ideal.
Like Worcester.
Yeah, Worcester, Orville, even Seville. Like I'm down for just
this would be like studio space, or is also something that maybe you would do something like what Wingman is doing here, where you have like a way of sharing the cost with people.
Yeah, so if we buy the land, there's a couple courses of action that we've come up with.
Not trying to give out any secret sauce or anything. No, we're just curious.
We have goals, and where we see ourselves in 10 years is having our own building, our own facility, our own filming studio, but also like a working, functioning garage.
Yeah.
And where people are coming in and we're helping them, we're teaching classes. Like that's where we want to go eventually. So right now it's just conversation and it's a vision. So I don't want to call it a dream. It's a vision. It's happening. It'll catch up to us.
That's good. Yeah, because dreams only happen when you're sleeping.
Right. Yeah.
You're clearly not sleeping. You guys are doing stuff, which is awesome.
Yeah. Channel's taking off. It's every month is like, oh my God, we just beat last month. Okay, dope. Like where we go from here. The watch hours they're gonna catch up, and one of these videos is gonna go viral, and that's all we need. We just need. We need to continue to make really good content because that's the stuff that's going to take off.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the things I always tell my wife is like, I mean, there's millions of people watching YouTube.
Yeah.
Millions.
It's actually billions.
Locally, but yeah, billions overall, worldwide, right? Like I just need like a small fraction of them to see one video. So it's like the more content you put out there, the better the opportunity of that happening.
That's it.
Despite, we'll do an episode and I'll be like, ugh, do I ever want to air this episode? Like it really didn't have that much content it didn't have anything to me that was like worthy in my sense. But if I can get 6 or 7, like 45-second short clips out of it that have some like relevant information or something that's, brings another subscriber to the channel, hopefully I can get that out of it at least.
Yeah.
So the more important part is like just continue to push content on all of our channels, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, and that's something else. Like for me, it's easier for me to post across all of them at the same time, and that obviously hurts my chances because they want that first 3 seconds to be videos. What different is what Gary Vee always says, right? So if it's on YouTube and Instagram, it needs to look different, etc. And that's something that I'm gonna have to start taking more time to doing and just try to get more stuff out there. But I'm glad that you came on to kind of share us a little about, your vision, and hopefully a lot of that stuff does start to come to fruition. I know it's
going to happen.
It's challenging, but if you keep, as long as you don't give up on it, it has a better chance of happening than not happening.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I've found, right? Cause we've taken a step back, we've slowed down. And then I've had those difficult conversations with myself. Like, okay, do I keep going? Right. And so what I found is every single time I stop and I'm like, you know what? No, I'm going to keep going. we're going to plan out the next 8 months. We're going to plan all this content. We're going to, we're going to increase our technology. We're going to make better, more entertaining, stuff. And we're going to keep going. And every single time we do that, the channel just goes up and up and up. So, that's the consistency. But also like trying to find ways to do things different and improve the quality.
Well, and also being willing to make changes in your vision, right? Like, and I say that, like, for instance, we talked about this being the Guys Night channel. Well, like 2 weeks ago, we had our first woman on the show. It wasn't like intentional, but she came with a couple of guys and we're like, yeah, join the show or whatever. And I was like, how much are we missing out on by not ever having a woman on the show? Does that make sense? So, wife's home.
No, that's the response to a woman on the show. That's what you're hearing up there. Is
but it's like, okay, well, how much, for instance, I have someone who does original matchmaking, like where you actually physically match people up in dating in real life, not like on Tinder and stuff like that.
That's pretty cool.
And what value does she can bring a conversation to dating that's a lot different than just 4 guys sitting around a table talking
right,
shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, well, then we should probably have her on. And yeah, it's not what Guys Night is, but
that could be an interesting episode.
What does she bring to the table when it comes to dating in today's world, with perhaps another 2 girls that have conversations about dating men in this world, that like our listeners who are mostly men, it's like 88% are like, holy shit, here's 3 women that are talking about what it's like dating men in this world. Like, so that's like registers with me as like, okay, I can envision that and I can see how that could be valuable. Do I change what I kind of like, our branding? It kind of changes our branding, right? Guys Night then kind of changes a little bit, or does it? So it's like, just trying to be open to that every step of the way, of like, if there's something we should change, if there's something we should do different, if there's something we should add. Kind of like you guys, you went from how-to videos to now you kind of want to create a TV show. Yeah. And it's like, you always have to be open to that change, I think.
Yeah, you got to pay attention. Like the audience is going to talk to you,
right?
Through the likes, through the comments. Like it's, if somebody makes a comment about a certain part of a video and you're like, oh man, I didn't even think that was important, but this person clearly liked it. That's, you gotta pay attention to that. You gotta look at the videos that are doing well. I look at it, I'm not addicted to the analytics, sweetheart. I'm not. Right. But but you look at them and you go, okay, this video I had no idea was ever gonna pop. And some of these videos that I'm getting like 60,000 views on
oh wow,
on
really?
One of these shorts. Yeah. But it was a video I made 2 years ago. And it had, 40 views.
Relevant content
for a year,
yeah.
Right? And then all of a sudden it just spikes up. And so when you see that stuff, those are the things like, oh, shoot, maybe I should make a longer video off of this short that I made 2 years ago.
Right.
So, we're paying attention, and, we're coming up with what I think are really interesting and different ideas. To help people learn how to fix their cars and kind of motivate people into doing that. 'Cause that's the more you know about your car. I just think, like, as speaking towards like the Guys Night theme, right? The more you know how to fix your own car, like as a guy, right? And I'm not trying to be any sort of way, but I think it's really important to know the minimums.
Yeah.
So that you're not stuck in a bad situation.
Meaning, if you can't change your own oil, you're a pussy. Is that what you just said?
No.
Okay.
No, he's definitely not
but
saying
like,
that. But I mean, yeah, you're right. Changing your oil, checking tire pressure, being able to pull off your tire. Like,
how about jumping in car? Some people don't even know how to do that.
Right. Yeah. Like, just something that will get you out of a bad spot. Like hey, I'm broke down on the side of a highway. Like, what do I do? Because you can't always call somebody.
Right.
So sometimes you got to figure it out. And that's what I'm hoping people kind of get watching the mechanic themed YouTube channels, that, more knowledge and how to figure things out themselves. Because at the end of the day, it's not like basic mechanical theory, not that hard.
Right.
It's torque is this, it's like, this is what a screw does, like that's, it's not that hard. And once you get those basics down, you're kind of like, oh, okay, so this works off of oil pressure. Okay. So if I don't have oil pressure, okay, well, what causes that? There's only a couple things. And then you can kind of deduce and figure out how to diagnose based off of the basics. So if you get pretty good at the basics, you'll end up being a pretty good mechanic.
Yeah, for sure.
And at the end of the day, you will save yourself tens of thousands of dollars fixing your own stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, which is, one of the things I wanted to do. Like, hey, the how-to videos, let's share the knowledge and help people save money.
Yeah, so before I got into what I'm doing now, I spent 18 years running car dealerships, and then I spent 4 years working with software advertising and things like that for car dealerships. And the first thing I told them, they're like, "Oh, I'm trying to drive a business." I was like, "Dude, you're so worried about driving business through the traditional ways." I was like, if you just had all your employees do like a 30-second video a day of something around the car dealership, whether it's your technician telling somebody how to look and tell if they have bad brakes, whether it's another guy talking about, what to look for at a used car dealership or what, like just presenting those videos every single day and getting content out there and just being transparent with your client, your people will guarantee you growth overall. It might take 6 months. It might take 3 years, but eventually it will happen just by creating content that's valuable to people that are looking for it. For instance, you go to a dealership and they tell you need brakes. How do you know? Do you know if you need brakes?
Right.
Like what? Because they tell you it's in the yellow, because they tell you it's 3, it's 4. Did they measure both sides? Is it only on the inside? Is there another problem that you should be concerned about? Do you need rotors? Can they be cut? Like what?
Yeah.
Most people don't have that general knowledge, and then they don't trust the dealership, right? At the same point in time, because they always think the dealership's trying to make money off of them, which obviously that is at one point their job is to create revenue and growth and make it's for business. But just having that conversation or being able to know that information so that, if you're at a shop and they say, hey, you need brakes, you can go back there and be like, well, just show me, and you'll be able to say, oh, thank you for being transparent with me. And you can pay for the brakes or you can do them yourself, whatever it is. But at the same point in time, at least you're knowledgeable. And I was like, as a car dealership, offering that to people is just transparent marketing. Like that's what people want today's day and age. They can go find an information anywhere. You might as well be the one providing it to them.
Yeah. Yeah. Honesty, transparency. People respect that, especially nowadays.
Yeah, absolutely.
No world of lesser and lesser human interaction. And yeah, if you go into a situation more prepared with more knowledge, it's to me it's always safer, especially if you're trying to get a service like, get my car worked on. It's always safer to take your car and say, hey, I know this is the issue. Can you fix it?
Yeah.
Right. Then instead of, hey, I don't know what's going on, it's making a duh noise,
right.
It's like, can you figure that out? Because they can be sitting there.
Yeah, right.
But but yeah, it's
how's that go again?
Yeah. But some of the customer complaints that I've heard is kind of funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, no, channel's doing good, and I tell everybody all the time, like, hey, if you're passionate about something, if you like what you do, make a YouTube channel.
Yeah, why not?
Do it. Like, get it out there, get your knowledge out there. You never know what's going to take off. You can think what you're doing is silly, and somebody could think, oh my God, that's going to change my life.
Well, I think it's just a matter of if you enjoy doing it.
Yeah, it's
right. Like I'm a talker like I just love to talk and I like to learn new things, especially if it's something I'm remotely interested in. So what better way than have a podcast and have people on and just sit and talk for 2 hours? Like nobody's on their phone. We're all just sitting around bullshitting, learning stuff, talking, like bouncing ideas off of each other's heads. It's like, why not do that on YouTube? And you know what? Who knows who I'll get to talk to eventually, or who knows what information I'll learn, or who will change my mind on a certain topic or another. So yeah, it's no different than if you're already working on cars and you enjoy it and you like sharing it with people and sharing that knowledge. Like, yeah, why not make a video and share it with anybody that wants to see, tune in, subscribe, right? So
call to action.
Have the bell click for notifications.
Yeah, dude, I gotta start adding those little things in there. Something I could definitely get better at for sure. But Yeah, Good Morning Mechanic on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, right?
That's it, yeah.
And then also let's give a shout out to the Wingman Garage, right? Because that's where you guys are shooting a lot of content.
Yeah, Wingman
over there in
Garage.
Wadsworth.
Yeah.
Pretty cool what he's doing there, and obviously you guys are shooting a lot of videos from there as well.
Yeah. If shout out to Ben and Kenny, who are my brothers who couldn't be here
because their car's broken down.
Because the car's broken down. So,
oh man, that's usually what happens. Show me a good mechanic, I'll show you a really piece of shit car that he's driving that he's somehow keeping on the road until the last possible step. But yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on, sharing us a little about your business, your strategy, your hopes and aspirations. Hopefully, your vision comes to fruition sooner rather than later. And if you guys are watching, I'll have his contact information below. Check him out at the Medina Car Show if you live here locally. July 19th.
July 19th.
One of the sponsors down there. Have some cool merch. Maybe we'll be down there as well. And then once again, as always, guys, if you're interested in being on the show, want to come on and chat about something, or you've got something that you're chasing, we'd love to hear about it. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment below if you've got questions. It's been a pleasure having you, man. It's awesome.
It's been great. You guys are awesome. Love the show.
Yeah. Hey. Evan, any valuable information on the laptop?
No.
So if you were a listener who commented earlier, 0 or less as far as valuable input from Evan from his computer, you are a winner, and your free shirt will be in the mail.
We could do that.
I know. I got 8 of them over there. David, thanks again as always.
Good to see you guys.
Absolutely. Good night, everybody.
Have a good morning.